What's going on, everyone? Kyle Yates here of the Fantasy Pros Football Podcast. Thanks for joining us. As always, you can find our brand new content every week at youtube.com/fantasypros, as well as on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and follow while you're there. Let's get right to it, because today I'm taking a look at my top 5 rookies to target in your redraft leagues for 2021. With players like Justin Jefferson, CeeDee Lamb, Jonathan Taylor, and many others emerging as viable fantasy football options almost immediately in their NFL careers, knowing which rookies to target heading into your draft can give you a major advantage. Now, it would be easy for me to do a video saying to draft players like Najee Harris and Jamar Chase, but I wanted to go a little bit further down the board to highlight some value plays. The majority of casual fantasy managers probably aren't even going to know some of these names, so getting ahead of the rest of your league can allow you to fill your roster with some stars before they hit the field and their value skyrockets. Number 5, Amon-Ra St. Brown, wide receiver, Detroit Lions. St. Brown was one of my favorite wide receivers to scout coming into the 2021 NFL Draft, and I was shocked when he fell to the 4th round. However, he ended up landing in a situation that could lead to immediate relevance for fantasy football. The Detroit Lions have Rashad Perriman, Tyrell Williams, and Quintez Cephus as the other notable wide receivers on this depth chart. Arguably, St. Brown's the most talented of these options even from day one. As the favorite for the slot in this offense, St. Brown should fill the shoes of Robert Woods that Jared Goff loved to lean on in LA. With a very similar skill set to Woods, we could see St. Brown establish himself as Goff's favorite target underneath and absolutely soak up receptions in this offense that is going to be playing from behind a lot. The scoring opportunities might not necessarily be plentiful, but if you play in a full PPR format, drafting St. Brown with your final pick is a very smart and savvy move. Number 4, Dwayne Eskridge, wide receiver, Seattle Seahawks. While there are plenty of critics in the fantasy football space, Eskridge can flat out play football. He received significant draft capital by the Seattle Seahawks, and he's going to fill a crucial role in this new offense under Shane Waldron. Last season, the Seahawks offense became too predictable, with running the football and then vertical shots to DK Metcalf and Tyler Lockett. This led to the dramatic drop-off in production for Seattle over the latter half of the season, and the Seahawks have worked hard to fix that heading into 2021. The Seahawks needed answers in the horizontal aspect of the game to keep the offense moving and to prevent it from becoming so one-dimensional. Last year, the players that they had on the roster weren't going to be able to do enough to solve these problems, which is where Eskridge comes into play. With his incredible release off the line of scrimmage, plus his speed after the catch, Eskridge is a perfect option to step in underneath and complement what Metcalf and Lockett do deep downfield. He can help keep this offense moving, and catching passes from Russell Wilson isn't exactly a bad thing from a fantasy perspective. We might not get consistent top 36 performances out of Eskridge every single week, but he's worth adding to the bottom of your roster to see what he can do. Number 3, Trey Lance, quarterback, San Francisco 49ers. For Lance, we might have to wait just a little bit before we see him take the field, but once he does, he's going to be immediately on the redraft radar. With Lance's rushing ability, plus his arm talent and incredible receiving core, not to even mention the play calling, we could be talking about a consistent top 10 fantasy quarterback once he takes over the starting job. That sounds obscene for a rookie quarterback, but it's absolutely possible with Lance and what he brings to the table. You might have to draft him and stash him at the bottom of your bench until he steps in as the starter over Jimmy Garoppolo, but it'll be worth it once it happens. Number 2, Michael Carter, running back, New York Jets. Right now, the Jets are a rebuilding roster that is most likely going to need some time before it becomes a top 15 scoring offense in the NFL. However, that doesn't mean that we can't find fantasy production here in New York. Carter's a dynamic and explosive running back that fits this outside zone scheme perfectly. He's a very capable receiver too, which I'm confident Zach Wilson will take advantage of repeatedly as he gets used to the speed of the NFL game. Above him on the depth chart currently is Tevin Coleman, who can't stay healthy, and LaMichael Pirine, who doesn't exactly fit what this offense wants to do anymore. We should see Carter take over this starting job sooner than later, and he has the talent to capitalize on that opportunity. If you draft Carter, you're going to have to be patient. Don't move on from him if he doesn't get the starting job week 1. Simply wait and then reap the rewards later on once he becomes the lead option in this backfield. Number 1, Jaylen Waddle, wide receiver, Miami Dolphins. If Waddle's ADP, which stands for average draft position, stays around where it's at right now, I will have a lot of shares of the dynamic rookie wideout in 2021. Every single year, there are incoming rookies that have speed at the wide receiver position that draw comparisons to Tyreek Hill. And while the majority of the time I just shake them off, I can't do that with Waddle. He truly is as close of a prospect to Hill as we're going to find, and he should hit the ground running. Do you see what I did there? He has the slot role in this offense carved out. He already has familiarity with this quarterback in Miami from their days at Alabama, and he's going at an incredibly discounted rate right now in fantasy drafts. While I'm certainly not ready to guarantee this by any means, I would not be surprised if we look back on the 2021 season and we're talking about how Waddle put up similar numbers to Justin Jefferson in his rookie season. Target Waddle everywhere you can. Thank you so much for watching. Are you going to be targeting all these rookies in your draft? Or is there one that you're going to stay far away from? Let us know in the comment section below. And while you're there, hit the like and subscribe buttons so you can stay up to date on all of our future content.